What's up everybody? My name's Trey and welcome to another video. Now I know it's been a while since I actually posted, but I mean, let's be honest. The world is a little crazy. Well, still. COVID's still crazy, the economy's still up and down. I mean, we got a new president, or maybe not. Well, basically there's just a lot of stuff going on, but I'm really excited to bring this video to you today. And in this video, I'll actually be unboxing my brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition 5G. And I know that's some really long name, but stick with me people, because I think this is really gonna be exciting. And to be honest, I couldn't be happier because I haven't upgraded my phone in about 5 years and I still have the Galaxy S8. Or well, I did. And it wasn't even like the S8 Edge or anything, like it was just the standard Galaxy S8, which means I'm really excited to see what kind of improvements Samsung has actually done to their phones. And before we get into anything, I just want to give a huge shout out to my dad. Thank you so much. I love you, sir, because, well, this is an early Christmas birthday gift, and that means that yes, I have a phone that doesn't have a cracked screen, will actually charge, and it's gonna be gorgeous. I'm super excited to get into this video, but if you are someone that's new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, as it really does help my channel grow. And with that being said, man, let's get back into that intro because I kind of forgot how fire it is. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm in a completely different setting than I'm normally in. And well, don't worry about that. It's magic. Just enjoy the ride. Now, the Galaxy S20 Fan Edition 5G is basically a less premium, less expensive Samsung Galaxy product in compared to its flagship counterpart, which is the Galaxy S20. But just because it's less expensive, don't think that Samsung skipped out on a lot of the aspects that Galaxy fans have truly come to love. The phone comes in a ton of different colors, which I actually think are really vibrant and look really good. And yes, I know what you're thinking. I'm definitely biased because I was given this phone as a gift. And well, you're probably right. But regardless of my bias, I would say that this is probably the best phone that Samsung has come out with this year. And it can probably rival any phone on the market in general. So I'm really excited to get into this unboxing. But first, let's go over probably the most important thing about this phone. And that's the actual price of it. Right now, you can go on to Amazon or you can go on different deals like at the Verizon store. You can get this phone for about $699. And actually, I've seen some places that are actually running sales where you can get it as cheap as $499. Now that's absolutely amazing for a phone of this type of quality, especially because the Galaxy S20 right now is being sold at Verizon for around $1,000. So essentially you're paying half the price as its flagship comparison, and you'll understand why that's so important later on in the video. But I really think it's amazing and completely mind-blowing that Samsung's actually selling this phone for such a cheap price. Because, well, with the iPhone that just came out, the S20s that came out in January, and the new news that Samsung will be dropping the new Galaxy S21s this coming January, I think this price point will hold true for a lot of people. Why pay an extra $400 or $500 for a phone that essentially does exactly the same thing? Protect your wallet, get a great phone, and you'll see what type of product this actually is. So, man, let's get into this unboxing. So now, the first thing that we're actually going to notice about this box is, Lord, look how nice this thing looks. I mean, mind you, I haven't actually seen a new phone box in 5 years, so I guess that's something. And then I just have my old S8 here, just basically for comparison, so we can kind of see the differences when it comes to size and screen quality and everything like that. So, right off the bat, that thing looks nice. Oh, as you can see, it is obviously a lot larger than my S8, which I'm not mad at all. And I do have this gorgeous mint color, and I think it really makes the phone stand out. But there are a ton of different other colors. I actually put them on the screen so you can actually see some of them. However, if we're being completely honest, I feel like the color of phones really don't matter anymore because, well, unless you're a serial killer, you're gonna have a phone case on your phone. So no one's really gonna be able to see the color of your phone anyway, but if you are one of those weird people who actually carries around their phone completely nudie, I think there are some really beautiful colors that will make anybody take a second glance. Now, when it goes to the actual box itself, I mean, there's really not a lot in it. Some random blank pieces of paper. Apparently something in a box that I can't even get out. I'm assuming this is like the instruction manual that Lord knows none of us read. Yeah, there's that. We can read that. But in the actual box itself, we have the wall port charger thing and the actual cord to charge it. But that's about it. So I really think it's crazy how I didn't get any headphones, and I really think that we need to stop and have a conversation about this. Like, what is the point of companies charging you so much money for a phone? I mean, it does look gorgeous, but to give you nothing else in the box. I mean, if we look at the iPhone 12s, I mean, they literally give you a phone in a box, and that's it. They don't even give you a charger. So I guess that's the next step, people. So make sure you have your chargers, I guess, outside of your phones. Make sure you buy a ton of them because Lord knows the more phones and the more expensive they get, the less things you're actually going to get in the box. But now let's get into the actual phone itself. As you can see, oh my goodness, that the actual display is a lot larger than my actual S8, and that's actually where it differs a lot from the actual S20, in the fact that this phone, well, it's a lot bigger than your standard S20. And oh my gosh, it looks so great. I already moved over all my apps in my games. Shout out to Bleach Immortal Souls, because that is my favorite game on the market right now. But yeah, it just overall looks completely amazing. And if you do want a little better description of what that size actually looks like on the S20 FE, it's basically comparable to the Galaxy A71, I think, or the Samsung A71. So that's a little comparison that you can look at when it comes to the actual size of the device, except for this S20 FE is a little bit slimmer, which makes it really nice. I've also noticed that there are no curves on the actual screen itself. Now, personally, I really like that about this phone. And that's because I've noticed other people's reviews when it comes to either the Galaxy 10 Edge or the Note. Basically, when they would swipe across the screen, their hand would hit the side of it and unintentionally start up different apps. So obviously, flat screen, don't really have that problem, and that's also really nice. But looking at the actual S20 FE, if we look at the back, basically it's made of plastic. What Galaxy, or I guess Samsung, likes to call glastic. Why? I don't know, because I guess it sounds good, but basically what that means is it has the look of glass, but it's actually plastic. Now, this is a much cheaper alternative than glass, but in my opinion, it makes a lot more sense, because if you were to drop your phone, it's gonna just scratch up the plastic instead of actually cracking the glass. But if you're somebody that says, why would they skimp on us and give us plastic instead of a glass back? Well, don't worry. The phone did not skimp on many other assets that I really think that people are gonna grow to love. We still have wireless charging, reverse wireless charging, dust and water resistance, and basically this means that they gave us a plastic back. Sure, but they didn't take away any of the features that actually make this phone great. And we also have the triple camera on the back a little bit later on in the video, because this thing's absolutely amazing. Now, if we look at the side of the phone, you'll notice on the left-hand side, we don't actually have any buttons or anything. And on the right-hand side, we have your lock and unlock button, volume up, volume down button. Pretty standard, nothing too spectacular. Now, if we're looking at the top of the phone, you have your SIM card and your external SD card tray, which is really nice because this means that you're actually able to expand the storage. And on the bottom, you simply have your port and a speaker. Wait, hold on. So apparently they don't give you headphones because there's no headphone jack. Okay, this is making a lot more sense. Man, it's kind of a bummer though. I like using headphones when I talk on the phone, but that's neither here nor there. Now, under the main screen itself, we have a fingerprint scanner, which is really nice because, to be honest, on the S8, I didn't use it at all. And we also have a facial recognition scanner, which is super cool. So best believe I'm going to use these more and more when I'm actually using this phone. Now, let's get into a part of the video that I'm sure you want to know more about, and that's the actual specs of the phone. First of all, the screen is 6.5 inches, and it's basically covered with Gorilla Glass 3, which means no, it isn't super durable, but I mean, let's be honest. You need to have a screen protector and a case on your phone. I mean, these things are over $500, so you want to make sure that they're actually safe. But if you're a person that likes to live on the edge, then, I mean, live your life, I guess. Now, one huge advantage that this phone has is its 180 hertz refresh rate option, which is already set on this phone as soon as you unbox it, which basically means your phone is going to be extremely responsive whenever you touch it. And if you haven't had this on your phone before, I think this will really be a standard because this offers a completely different phone to customer experience, if that makes any sense. Now, when we're actually looking at the internals of the S20 FE, it's running on a Snapdragon 865 chip, and that's either going to be a 6 or an 8 gig of RAM. And sure, you get more RAM in the S20, but when you're actually looking back on the S20 FE, it's hundreds of dollars cheaper, and that's a really positive thing in my opinion. Also, with this FE, it has a larger battery than the S20, which is a huge plus because who wants their battery to die, halfway through the day and have to recharge it all the time? Now, finally, let's talk about the camera, which I'm sure that's the real thing that everybody cares about. Can I take amazing pictures? Well, if we're looking at the front-facing camera, hey, that's me. It looks absolutely amazing. And it's actually of better specs than the actual S20, which is kind of weird because obviously the S20 is supposed to be the flagship. It costs more money, but somehow the front-facing camera on this phone is, well, better. Now, if we actually look at the rear-facing camera, I mean, there are simply some amazing shots that can be made with this camera. The only thing that really differs between this one and the S20's camera are the changes to the telephoto lens, which in my opinion, I don't think it really matters. Because, I mean, how many people are really going to use their phone when they need to do a 30 times zoom? I mean, simply move closer to your target. Not only that, but basically everything else about the actual camera is pretty much the same. So, overall, I would say that this phone is absolutely amazing. And I think it's probably the best phone that Samsung has come out this year. And that is competing against, you know, the S20, the S20 Ultra, the S20 Plus, as well as the A71, the A51. I simply think that with everything that this phone has to offer, it's really going to be the #1 phone of its class. Well, until January, until the S21s come out. But we all understand how phones actually work. Every year they try to make monumental improvements on their previous models. So we'll see what the next big step is for Samsung and their Galaxy phones. So if you learned something new in this video, please hit that like button, as it really helps this small channel of mine grow. Well, that, and if I actually post videos more often, which I will be doing, so hit the like button just for that, I guess. And if you are someone that's new to the channel, my name's Trey. I basically make videos on how you can make money online, diversify your income, and other financial news that I think might actually be important for you to know. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.